Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video, and this is my first upload in about 4 days, which is a pretty long gap and I'm really sorry about it. Now I hope everybody had a damn good day today, but I'm here to ruin it with one of the wackiest videos that you will ever see in your entire lifetime. So today's video is going to be talking about a man that goes by the name, if I pronounce it correctly, by the name of Nuance. Now, Nuance here looks like your very typical college frat boy who would go into a bar or a club and get turned down by every single woman there and then go on to sulk in his bedroom while listening to some really crappy Juice WRLD songs. Now, obviously, it's not this guy's fault. He is the way he is or looks the way he looks, but without further ado, I'm going to quit bullshitting and rambling on. I'm going to start to show you a good bit and pieces of the video.
When your senses are overloaded in any particular way, whether they're overloaded with pleasure or overloaded with pain, if your senses keep receiving that same stimulus over and over, you are not going to have as strong of a reaction to that same stimulus. In this same sense, being that women are the physical manifestations of this phenomenon, that is why women's value must be preserved. They can't be trusted to handle anything of greater responsibility, anything of greater importance.
So we're less than about 40 seconds into the video and he's already gone on to compare me getting bored of Rainbow Six Siege after playing it for around 2 years to women in general. I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek about what's to come in this video, but just be very prepared for him to call women materialistic cock demons who their only value is the fact that they are a woman and they can make a baby. Please be prepared to hear all about this nonsensical bullshit and get ready to rumble.
Than daily household chores and taking care of babies. Not taking care of children, taking care of babies. Because once babies turn into children, that's when the psychological development comes into place, which far exceeds the capabilities that women are able to provide for the child. But going back to the value preservation, women's value has to be preserved while a man's value has to be created. Women are born with inherent value, men are born with no value, or next to no value. They're born with the potential for value. That's why when you see a young woman who hasn't done anything with her life, nobody's going to look down on her if she doesn't want to go to college or if she doesn't want to work. Nobody's going to think less of her for not wanting to do those things. Whereas they definitely will look down on a young man who doesn't want to go to college and doesn't want to work and doesn't want to improve himself.
Now, I hate to break it to Andrew Tate Jr. here, but both of them will be looked down upon if they're just going to sit at home and do nothing and have, no motivation to do anything in their life and just sit at home and be what you would call a bum. Another thing I want to talk about is when he said that women can raise babies but not children. Does this man know that, his mother is I hate to break it to this guy, by the way, I know this must be crushing news for someone like him, but your mother? She's a woman. Not even that. There is a lot of women in this world who raise children alone from start to finish. They raise them purely alone and they do really damn good jobs. So any of you who got triggered by what he said, just a reminder that, the spork from Toy Story's opinion does not matter one bit, really.
Since women are born with inherent value, it can't actually be increased in the same way that a man's can. Men's value is based on what they've done and the type of person that they've turned themselves into. What kind of value they've brought into the community in which they're living or into the larger society. But a woman's value is not based on that. The reason a woman has inherent value is because her value is based on her fertility. To put it bluntly, that's what it's based on. Women's value is based on their fertility.
No person's, value is assigned to them at birth. Someone can be born a woman or a man, and then once that happens, they can go on to be the person who cures cancer. I have actually no idea where this guy got the opinion that women's value is completely just assigned at birth, and he's just going to scratch away the fact that they could be perfect doctors and other perfect things just like any other person in this world could be. This is the same stupid fucking 1830s bullshit thinking that has a lot of our younger generation confused on what it's actually like to be a decent human being.
That's why it's in the best interest of a woman not to waste her inherent value and try to lock down a high value man or a man who looks like he's on his way to becoming high value as soon as she can. The more experiences a woman goes through, the less value she has as a woman. And it's not just fertility either. It's also based on her ability to stay with a mate. Children are more likely to survive if the father's in the home. Children grow up much healthier and much happier and are much more successful later in life when the father is present. And not just present, but consciously involved in the children's lives. That's why stepfathers don't really do the trick. You can't just inject a male person into a child's life and say, this is your new father now. That's not how psychology works. That's not how human brains work. The child knows it's not their actual father. And before any idiots go, well, I formed a bond with my stepfather, I'm aware that exceptions exist. I would still argue that you're not as close to your stepfather as you would have been to your biological father had you had the chance. But like I said, the more experiences, whether positive or negative, that a woman goes through decreases her value because women cannot handle the stresses or the pleasures of life. The more stress she goes through, the more she sees the world as nothing more than a negative place. And I've mentioned this in a previous video, but it's because women are not able to connect with God in the same way that men are. Women are not able to renew themselves mentally. They see everything on earth through the lens of the material. They see everything on earth through the lens of sensory perception.
Now, his argument that women cannot renew themselves mentally as much as men can is such an irrelevant and stupid opinion, given how more men will commit suicide per year than women will. I'm not gonna lie, this entire guy's personality seems like he just got shot down by a girl once and immediately thought that they aren't real and started treating them like fucking robots from Terminator.
If something doesn't excite them enough, then it's not a good thing. If something stresses them out too much, then it's also not a good thing. Everything has to be new, everything has to be fresh, everything has to be exciting all the time, 100% of the time, otherwise it's bad. That's how women see the world. They don't have an accurate lens of reality through which they see the world. They just don't see reality. They interpret the quality of reality through the type of sensory input they're receiving. That's why girls don't work out. You ever wonder why the vast majority of women don't work out? They're fortunate enough to be born with a nice looking body, and then it just wastes away. They don't work out. They could preserve their body a little bit by working out, but that's why. It's because it hurts. Working out hurts. And since women only interpret the world through sensory perception, anything that hurts is a bad thing. They can't handle it. They literally can't handle working out. That's how strongly this influences their mind.
Now, can someone please explain to me why the giraffe from Madagascar's 1, 2, and 3 is talking to me about pain and working out? With the most respect possible, it looks like this guy has never worked out a day in his life. He still has the same build that I had in, 3rd grade back when I was just, slightly tall and really skinny. Say that they could preserve their body just a little bit by working out, and that comes from the guy who looks like he's never washed his fucking face.
And just as when I was saying earlier, when a woman goes through too many negative experiences, she's not able to renew herself because women are not as connected to God. They're not able to refresh themselves psychologically. They're not able to detach themselves from the material world. And
now, if I have to listen to this guy go on and on and on about how women can't connect to God like he can one more time, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just might drop a few ranks in my Rainbow Six Siege rank games. Every single thing that he said so far seems like he's read it off of a Reddit page about why women are bad and can break hearts, and they left a eternal boo-boo on his heart that will never be healed.
Saying even pleasurable experiences are too much for the woman to handle because they cannot refresh themselves. They can't see men in a new light. They can't appreciate different aspects of the man. All they see is whoever gives them the most dick, whoever gives them the most exciting experience. On the most expensive date, on the more expensive date, he's the one who's gonna take the cake. She will forever look at every other date after that with a sense of pity. You ever notice how girls who've been ran through or just more attractive girls tend to look at men with a sense of resentment or a sense of pity? Or they look at nice guys definitely with a sense of pity as well. It's almost like, oh, it's so cute. Look at him trying so hard. He thinks this is actually impressing me.
Here was the part that I knew was going to come all along, the part that's bound to happen, the shit that was written in the prophecy about how the nice guys always finish last. This guy is just continuing to ramble on about the dumbest shit ever. He even goes the lengths of saying that the girl will like the guy who gives her the best dick. I don't really even know what to say anymore besides this guy thinks that women are just straight cock monsters and all they think about is sex and money.
Look at him trying so hard to impress me. Why is he trying? It's almost like they're confused. They're like, why is he trying so hard to impress me? What have I done to deserve such effort? none of the other guys have ever put in this much effort before. They're confused as to why you would try so hard for them. Even they are not confused about the amount of value they provide. Even they understand that they are ruined. Even they understand that their value has gone out the window. It went out the window with the first 100 guys they slept with. And
what average woman around the age of 22 is going around and sleeping with 100 men and saying, oh, I slept with 100, there's my value, it is gone for good, I have nothing left in this world? I guarantee you, right before making this video and talking to a camera for God knows how long, then uploading it, this guy probably got broken up with by just some random girl who finally figured out that she didn't want to be with an actual fucking cornball.
Don't be fooled. Even they understand that their value is gone. That's why they don't like guys treating them with appreciation. That's why they don't like guys treasuring them. Because they know they're not treasures. They know they're not worthy of that treatment, but they're in such denial. Women are masters of self-denial. Or rather, not self-denial, but they're masters of going into denial. They don't deny themselves anything. They'll take anything they can get. Women say men will fuck anything, and then be the anything that gets fucked. It's so funny because for all the resentment towards men that ran through women have, they sure do seem to have sex with them all the time. They'll still take anything they can get. It's not like they turn down men's advances. It's not like they just turn away sex altogether. They don't become abstinent. They'll still take anything they can get, while at the same time pretending that they're not that type of person.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna end that guy's bullshit right here because I can't stand to listen to him anymore. Goes on to ramble on and on and on and on and on at the end of the video, talking about how women will go on to take any type of man ever and they will never reject their advancements, but then he goes on to be the living proof that women will reject the advancements. Like, I don't know what this guy was expecting with that haircut to post this online and think, oh my god, all these people are just going to completely agree with me. I'm the messiah of the men in this generation. I'm going to lead them to victory in their lives. But instead, the guy ended up being just a national goofball that everybody decided, hey, let's make fun of this guy a little bit due to his wacky and shitty opinions and very terrible views. Overall, that's going to end it for today's video. This was an extreme, terrible filler post, and I just wanted to get a post out of the way because I haven't posted in a while. But thank you all for watching, and have a damn good day.